Well, hello and welcome back to the Shallow Proclamation. My name is Paul.
And I'm Thomas.
And we are about to watch episode 2 of The Reign of Terror, the final story in series 1 of Classic Doctor Who, and we very much enjoyed the first one. Just to say, as always, please give us a like and a subscribe down below. That's always great for us, very helpful in getting the channel seen. Do drop your comments down below as well about the story and what you're making of it, because we love to hear from you, and we sometimes ask questions and expect that someone out there knows more than us and will fill us in. And we enjoy reading the things that you fill us in with because they're very interesting and add a lot to what we're doing. And as we're almost at the end of the series, we will do a kind of series 1 roundup. So we've had a couple of people post questions for that, but let us know if there's things you want to ask us about the first series you'd like us to cover in our roundup, and we'll do that.
Let's jump into it.
Great, here we are. It's the guests of Madame Guillotine.
When I hear the word guillotine, I know you're meant to think of like that execution thing, but I just think of what you use to cut the paper.
I love the way you say that execution thing, by which you mean a guillotine. When I hear the word guillotine, it makes me think of that execution thing. Like, what's it called, that execution thing?
That was maybe the dumbest comment I've ever made. You know what I mean, though? The one with the slider. That is called a guillotine.
Or sometimes it did have a chopping blade. Like,
did it?
Yeah, like I had one at work once that was like that, so you had to be careful. You could actually take your fingers off if you weren't careful.
Yeah.
So now this is the first time as well in Doctor Who we've had a word on the screen telling us about, giving us some context there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very first time.
Oh, look, that's a guillotine.
I mean, that's a big one. You could probably do like a whole wad of A4 in that.
Oh.
I like this, even though it's clearly just like a picture.
Yeah, nothing's moving in it, like the horse and carriage.
There's no effort to make that. No effort to make anything of it, but it works for me. I like it.
It immersed you, like it zoomed into it. You know, we now know where we are, and we can kind of willingly suspend our disbelief.
Yeah.
I think.
It's kind of quirky, endearing. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, he overacted that a bit.
That was great.
It's a shellacking for my special guest.
I'm kind of enjoying this slightly larger than life acting of this.
Wigginess.
Yeah. I'm here for that in this story.
Well, it makes it entertaining, doesn't it? I feel like the censorites didn't have many moments like that would kind of laugh out loud.
Whole bowl over face.
Just like face planted.
Didn't translate that, did it?
Well, yes, so this does create a slight problem if they choose to do a few words in French. It's like...
Here we go. Here's our location shooting.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's on a farm somewhere, I think. There's a great website, Doctor Who Locations, and it gives you every single story and the locations bits were filmed at.
Wow.
With modern day photos and kind of map references.
You know what we should do? We should do a road trip.
Totally, mate. Once we've seen some, we'll do the
the
nearby
locations.
ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's got to be some in the kind of Sussex area, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, there was some filmed in. There's one thing filmed at the army camp where I live.
Oh really?
Yeah, not till the McCoy era though.
So I hope you don't mind me divulging which county we live in. I won't provide any more specific information. I mean, not to name any names, but I live in Eastbourne.
Yeah, and I live in Crowborough. The home of Kate Blanchett and Caricature, I'll have you know.
So I'm going to keep it very vague, but my postcode is BN21. Yeah, I only discovered this today, so Paul lives in the same town as Kate Blanchett. That's crazy.
Yeah. And Caricature, although I don't know, she might have moved away now. Do you remember Caricature?
Who's Caricature?
She was in Atomic Kitten and she did the Iceland adverts. I actually did a kickboxing class with Caricature.
No way.
Yeah, she was very nice actually. She was quite friendly.
Right.
But
If you
I think she's
got
gone.
any sprains, did she provide the ice?
yeah. Tom Baker lives in Tunbridge Wells. He's only up the road from where I am.
No way.
Yeah. He used to live in Crowborough, I think, as well.
So we actually happen to live in a bit of a hub for Doctor Who.
Clearly. Superstardom. Yeah.
Do you reckon Tom Baker would come on the show? Set the bar high, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking like maybe we could get at least one person who'd ever been on Doctor Who in some way, shape or form. Like, even if they're just like in the background. Like,
An extra.
I do have some links to Doctor Who in the modern series, but maybe I should save that till we get there.
Oh, really? I mean, I have Links Africa, but not up.
Oh, the smell of Lynx Africa brings that. This is becoming the perfect example of that comment we had, that this show should just be called Two People Have Random Conversations While Doctor Who Plays in the Background.
That is exactly what this is.
This guy doesn't seem in the best of health.
I can imagine you working on A&E, Paul. So this person doesn't seem in the best of health.
Done a quick assessment, you know. His arm's gone. Not in the best of health.
All things considered.
Yeah.
Did he just die? Or did he
I don't
pass
know.
out?
I think Ian's about to cover him up, so yeah.
Oh, crumbs.
Looking at that, I would say he's not in the best of health.
Yeah, quite a few people have died in this first series of Doctor Who, haven't they?
There is a story in the 80s where I believe the whole story has a higher body count than something like Terminator or something, you know.
Crumbs. Like John
Basically,
Wick.
everyone, yeah, it's like everyone dies.
Well, the interesting thing about death is you can make one death feel like it carries a lot of weight if it really dwells on it. So, like, you know, in the first Star Wars film, well, A New Hope, when Alderaan blows up, you don't really feel it. Like, that's probably billions of people, but you don't really feel anything because you don't meet any of them and you just see this planet explode.
I felt something. Like, I felt like millions of voices crying out and then silenced.
You felt a great disturbance in the Force.
No, that's absolutely true. That's right. You watch that and no one gives a monkeys about Alderaan being destroyed, do they? You're like, meh.
Well, this is it. You're told to. Yeah, but you don't actually really feel it because we know nothing about Alderaan other than the fact that Leia comes from there, and yeah.
And even she's not that fussed.
Yeah,
she gets over it. She gets over it pretty quickly. I mean, imagine if you, like, every person you knew, 7 billion people on Earth, so you were out there in a spaceship and Earth got destroyed. You'd be like, literally everything you've ever known is gone. You'd be like,
yeah.
Oh no. Oh well, let's keep going.
They've all been forced into labour.
As opposed to the Lib Dems.
That isn't the joke I thought you were going to make. I thought you were going to say, yep, the waters are broken. What would it take to rattle Ian?
Yeah.
Because it seems voyaging through time and space, fighting an Aztec, being in incredibly perilous situations, he's chill.
Takes it all in his stride.
Do you reckon his character is meant to be the sort of quintessential English gentleman?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he is supposed to be the kind of everyman, isn't he, for the viewer?
Yeah.
Him and Barbara fulfill that role, I guess.
Yeah.
But he's also the kind of hero figure in some ways, isn't he? Because although the Doctor is like the hero, he's portrayed very much as the old man. He's not going to do the action stuff, whereas Ian is the action guy.
Oh, are we going to see some rats?
I feel either we're going to see some stock footage of a rat, or we're not going to see any rats.
A man in a rat costume.
A massive, like, 6 foot tall rat. Susan again, she's been through time and space, all these things, Daleks, heaven knows how many things she experienced before they arrived in 1963.
Yeah, and allegedly has been to the French Revolution before.
Yeah, and then she's like, rats, I can't do it, Barbara, I can't do it, Barbara. Like, flipping heck.
Yeah. I can understand that they needed to make one of the companions a companion who gets scared as a kind of excuse for the audience to be scared at things that are going on.
Yeah.
Because it helps add to the trauma, but it's a shame it always ends up being Susan, considering that she's the Doctor's granddaughter and has been with him for a while. You would think it would be Barbara or Ian. Ooh. that was a bit shonky, wasn't it?
I told you the Doctor likes hitting people over the head.
The serpent-like design to the Doctor's cane implies that he is a shrewd person.
Or it is this is an on-location shot. This is
beautiful.
a great shot. This is actually now the path into a residential care home.
Oh, right.
I'll have you know. In a place called Denham, I believe.
Right.
But yeah, lovely location shots there. I was going to say, surely the serpent wrapped around a pole, that's what the NHS have on their ambulances and on the paramedic badges and stuff, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Which is a reference to the serpent on the pole in the Pentateuch, isn't it?
Yeah. I do love that kind of sort of classic shot of someone in an old style jail clinging onto the bars.
Yeah, again, I'm just really enjoying everything about it so far. It is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
I seen your fly. Still got your fly with you.
So annoying.
Yeah, what are your thoughts? If you had to kind of give some thoughts on it and maybe pick a kind of thing that you really liked.
I love the sets.
I mean, you'd be right to love the sets.
They
are great.
I like the music. I'm glad you told me to look out for the music, because it's very much of a time, isn't it? And you can see how that tradition has continued throughout Doctor Who, and it's giving me so much more appreciation for what Murray Gold then did with the music in the new Doctor Who, in terms of really picking up the history and the geography of the locations and using sounds that are appropriate. And it's like that's always been a part of the DNA of Doctor Who. I remember Marco Polo as well. We found at the time the music in that felt very authentic.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Yeah. What about you?
And it just goes to show, how much difference good music can make. And sometimes the best music, sometimes it isn't obvious. Sometimes it works because it's there and it's not intrusive.
Yeah.
And other times we were having this conversation earlier today about Murray Gold, weren't we? And just saying that so much of his stuff is so distinctive that you recognise it, and something gets used 2 seasons later from when it was originally used, you immediately go, oh, that's from that story, because everything was just so good about that. But I think if I had to pick something from that episode, I'd pick the location shots. I mean, I like loads of it, but particularly the shot of the Doctor walking between those trees. It's just a shot that I'm very familiar with, and it's a very classic shot, and I think it evokes for me like feelings of look, it's Doctor Who,
Yeah. Also, how did they get the camera that high? Must have been on a cherry picker or something.
That's true. I'd never really thought about that. Like, particularly, at this stage in the series when it's early days, and I guess they wouldn't have had lots of money to do things. I don't know, unless there was somewhere whether someone's just up a tree. I don't know. Like,
really tall cameraman.
Yeah, well, I think we'll wrap up there. Guys, let us know what you thought down below. Give us a like and subscribe. And join us next time for episode 3 of The Reign of Terror. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.